get the show started, I do want to make sure we recognize our honored guest today. We have Board President Valerie Davis. We're so excited for today's event, and we're going to kick the party off with Superintendent Misty Herr. Come on up.
Good morning. Oh, you guys can be better than that. Good morning. That is much better, and I'm so happy to be with you today. So, I always get, something happens in my heart whenever I come to Farber, and that's just because you are all sitting here, especially today, so special, and we all did this just for you, and I want you, our students, to know how much we love and care about you and how valued you are. I want to shout out to one of Farber's very own teachers, Gina Vertson. Where's Gina? Where's Gina? Where's Gina? All right. When she attended Lone Star School in Sanger, she was among the students who signed a petition that led to the making of the Outsiders film that was released in 1983, and she was just an 8th grader at the time. So what a great example of how action and voices, even from students, can grab the attention of adults, and in this case, a Hollywood director. So students, you have no idea how powerful your voice is. It matters. And so we are here today to celebrate the enduring message of the Outsiders, and I want to welcome members of the film cast with us today. I know we're all excited to hear more about their experiences and being part of this iconic movie. And I also want to thank you to the Stay Gold Foundation and its work in promoting the importance of literacy and storytelling. And this foundation helps connect educators with books, educational supplies, and inspirational literature. And as a school district, we could not do the work we do without generous community partners. So thank you all so much. Let's give them a hand. And we know literacy is truly the key to success. And so students, I want to encourage you to find books, and I want you to read. Put these away, put them in your pockets, turn them off. Get a good book, put them in your hands and read. That is going to open your world to so many other things. And so I know, the theme from The Outsiders still resonates today. Many of you feel there's identity, belonging, being misunderstood by adults, right? Being misunderstood by your parents, your teachers, all of us. And I know we felt isolated in times of our lives, but here at Farber, we want to make sure that we want to hear from you and that you belong and your voice absolutely matters. And so I just want to thank all of you for being here. Thank every single person who put this together, and let's have a great time today.
Okay, we're going to go a little old school this morning, right? Anybody know the band Queen? Okay, a couple. There's an old song called We Will Rock You, right? And there was a little bit of clap that goes with it. Does anybody know it? Come on. Keep it going. All right. Keep it going, Firebirds. Let those actors hear you. It is my pleasure, and I'm going to fangirl out right now to introduce two actors from the film, The Outsiders. We have Darren Dalton and C. Thomas Howe. Greasers, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Farber, let's go. Let's go, Farber, let's go. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Firebird power! Activate! What's going on, people?
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. Yes. I'm C. Thomas Howell. This is my partner, the Soch. Darren Dalton plays Randy. Who here has seen a movie called Red Dawn before? Oh yeah, he was in Red Dawn with me as well. Wolverines! Yes. Okay. I'm going to drop down just a little bit. Can y'all see? Is this okay? Much better for me, all right? Okay, so why are we here? About a year ago, my wife and I started a foundation, a nonprofit foundation called the Stay Gold Foundation, which gives us the opportunity to use The Outsiders as a platform to reach out to young people, travel around the country, and really express the importance of literacy and what that can do for us as individuals. We send thousands of Outsiders books across the nation. We talk to schools. We try to motivate, inspire, and just reach out and give a big hug to everybody and let you know that your voice matters, your feelings matter, right? It's been life-changing for me. It started out as a very small group of people wanting to do some good, and it has turned into the most exciting, the most fun, the most inspirational thing that I've ever been a part of, coming and meeting people like you all, right? So that's why we do this. Who here has read the book The Outsiders? Okay, so about 9 of you. Excellent. So the rest of you have something to look forward to. Who here has seen the movie The Outsiders? Okay, 17 of you. We're growing. That's excellent. The Outsiders means a lot to us, right? First of all, the book was written over 60 years ago by a 15-year-old girl named S.E. Hinton. We're talking your age. You guys might be a little bit older. There's a lesson there for all of us. 15 years old. She wrote a novel that has gone on to become iconic, a classic across the nation. It's required reading in about 75-80% of the schools in America. It's been translated into 35 different languages around the world. It's sold over 20 million copies. And there's a character for everybody in this book. It doesn't matter what side of the tracks you're from, right? And that's something that we all deal with today. The haves and the have-nots, trying to fit in, trying to be cool. But the most important message I think that The Outsiders has for all of us is taking care of each other. The Outsiders is about a group of young people struggling who they don't have authority figures, they don't have parents in their lives, but they have each other, and they take care of each other, and they love each other. And that's what I love about the message of The Outsiders. It's I travel across the nation, and we've had 3-4 generations of people, meemaws, peepaws, mothers, fathers, children, babies. I have seen 1 million Stay Gold tattoos in my day, I will tell you that. And the stories that I have heard about how this book has affected people, this movie has affected people, sharing stories like a terminally ill loved one watching the movie with their family, broken homes, sharing this book with each other. It just means so much to me to be able to have made this movie over 40 years ago, and it's still impacting young people today. I might even go as far as saying I probably have more fans in the teacher world than I do with the younger people. You know, it happens, right? You've heard the phrase stay gold? Okay, well, my phrase is stay silver. It's what we do. Getting older has been a blessing for me. I was 15 years old when I did this movie, right? Had no idea it was going to have the impact that it had over the years. Each year, I get a new batch of younger people, 15, 16-year-old kids, haunting my social media. Young girls crying that Dally and Johnny Cade are dead. And then they find out Ponyboy's 58 years old and they really start crying. It happens, right? And it goes quick. So my message to you all, and really, I want to have a good time. We might even turn this over to a Q&A. I want to introduce my buddy Darren, and he's an amazing man, a teacher of his own, a great father, a great actor. But before I turn it over to him, I just really want to let you know that I lived a big part of my life up here. I went to junior high school in a little town not far from here called Chowchilla. I was just like you. I was sitting in chairs just like you, wondering what I was going to do with my life, right? Trying to find direction, trying to find my voice, trying to make a difference, feeling sometimes hopeless, feeling sometimes like I couldn't achieve a particular goal of my own. In Chowchilla, less than an hour from here. My point is, if I could achieve the goals that I wanted to achieve, you can achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And this is the honest to God truth. The difference is you have to take control of your life, right? You can't play the victim card for yourself. You can't play the leaf blowing in the wind hopelessly. The blame game doesn't work, right? You can't say, you don't understand. You don't know where I come from. You don't know how hard my life is. No, I understand. I know where you come from, okay? But here's the difference. Your thoughts, your feelings, your actions create your reality, okay? So if you feel that you're not going to pass a test and you don't pass the test, there's no surprise there, okay? Because you programmed to fail that test. If you feel you're not going to get that job, if you feel that you can't get a new car, then you're not going to experience that. But if you turn that around and understand the power of thought, the power of feeling, and take the steps to create the reality that you want to experience, you will have success in your life. So it starts with you. So that knight in shining armor that's going to ride into your life and give you a castle on the hill is you. Nobody's going to take control of your life but you. So if you're feeling hopeless, I've felt hopeless before. I have felt empty before. I have felt hollow before. But reading changes everything. Put your phones down for 5 minutes. Read something. Find some inspiration. Find some motivation for yourself. Don't worry about pleasing the other people around you. That doesn't matter. I wasted so much time trying to make other people happy. Once I realized that I wanted to make myself happy, and not in a negative, selfish way, in the most positive, spiritual, professional way, taking the steps toward making a difference, helping myself, helping other people, loving myself, loving other people, changed my life, and it will change yours. And that's my message for you today. You matter. Your voice matters. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Work hard. Set those goals. Take those baby steps toward those goals. If you want to be an athlete, work out harder. It matters. If you want to be a business person, work toward those goals and achieve them. Don't just accept where you are as if you don't have control of your own life, okay? And know this, you're loved. People love you. It's true. Take care of each other. That's what the message is from the outsiders. Take care of each other. Help each other. If you're feeling bad about yourself, help somebody else. Because the gifts that come back to you from that are far beyond your imagination. Positive things happen when you help other people. Okay? Take it from me. I'm from Chowchilla. I've had an amazing life. You can have the same life, okay? Work hard and take care of each other. Mr. Darren Dalton.
What can I add there? That was amazing. Thank you, Tommy. That was fantastic. I'll just confirm. So many people come up to me and say, why does this book resonate? Why do people still love this book? And I think it is that. I think it is because it's about young people taking care of each other. You know, there's no parents around to blame, no parents around that are going to save them. They have to band together and take care of each other. And I think that's a very powerful message. And I think it transcends time and generations and all that stuff, social media, all that stuff. I get the opportunity to teach people your age every day. It's fantastic. We learn filmmaking and screenwriting and things like that. And the thing that I learned the most, and I learned this for myself too, it's not just by watching what they're doing, is boredom is your friend, right? I have a 12-year-old. He always comes to me and says, Dad, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. And I always say, that is so exciting. And he hates me for it, but it's because right on the other side of that is really where good things happen. And what happens in our world today with the screens and things like that is, I'm bored, I'll just dive in here. What I would encourage you to do is go beyond that. Let boredom sit there for a second. That's where the good stuff comes from. I guarantee you that's where Susie Hinton found this story, is because, you know, for a second she let her mind rest and she found this kind of thing deeper inside of her because she wasn't just skipping along the surface. So I would just encourage you to create and to let yourself be bored and go beyond to that next step. Okay? All right, good. And again, you are loved. We love you. We love this. It's so much fun to come out and kind of just see the young people, see where you're headed. I was the same. I was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Drove a couple of my friends to an audition. I had no idea what it was for. And the casting director came out into the hallway and said, you should come in too. And so I went in, and they didn't get a call back, but I did. And then, you know, a couple callbacks later, I was flying to Los Angeles, I was flying to New York, and suddenly I was just living a dream. And a lot of that was just being there and being ready for it. It wasn't like I had never acted before, because I had studied it. I was wanting to go to New York and study and be a stage actor. I was ready when the opportunity came, because that's what's the best part of luck, is when you're prepared for it. All right? So, I don't know, you said it all. You rocked it. So, thank you for inviting us here, though.
Mr. Dalton, my best friend for 40 plus years. We've done multiple movies together. In fact, he was the best man at my wedding, twice. So we go way back. Yeah, we have a good time together. He's an incredible writer, an incredible teacher, and a great example for a lot of people. I want to turn it over to you all. I want to do a little bit of a Q&A. I know it's a little bit difficult to get started with that. Sometimes you're shy. Sometimes you don't want to ask a question. But the best way to do a Q&A is if you have the Q's, we have the A's, right? So let's take advantage of this moment. This is not, there's no right or wrong, right? We're having to be with. It's just like we're best friends. We know each other now. And one day you're going to be watching TV. You can be like, hey, that guy was at my school. I know that guy. And somebody's going to go, you don't know that guy. And you're going to say, yeah. That's right. I asked a question.
We got one right here.
Okay.
Let's
Who
go.
is it?
This is one of our teachers, Katrina Floyd Gonzalez.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi, it's such a pleasure to speak with you all. I do have to say that as a little girl growing up not too far from here, I remember when the movie came out, because my sister was an absolute super fan. And in our room, I had to look at that poster of you and...
I'm sorry.
I
apologize.
But it was wonderful.
Clearly you were a Ralph Macchio fan. Yeah. Thank God for your sister. Thank God for your sister. You give her a big hug from me.
Well, she'll be there tomorrow night to see you
great.
guys. So what a full circle moment. I've been able to follow some of your career, and I've told some of my students, man, you play a fantastic demented mind. And so my question to you is, what do you tap into? Because, I mean, I don't know you personally, but you do seem to present yourself as just a really happy guy. How do you take yourself to places where you can portray a character? I remember seeing you in Dexter. I mean, how do you take yourself to that place and execute the way that you do?
So you might be referring to the Criminal Role Mind as George Foyet, where I played a serial killer, the Reaper. You know, that's the beauty of what I get to do on a daily basis. I look to be challenged. Up until that point, I had never played a villain before. And when it came my way, I was very clear on a few things. Number one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm watching a movie is when you see a bad guy in a Marvel movie, and that actor knows he doesn't die until page 90, and he's going to run through a hail of bullets laughing, ha 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 ha, right? Takes me right out of the story because it's not believable. For me, I knew I wanted to play a character that was a round, full character expressing all emotions, empathy, sympathy, love, fear, not just hardcore bad guy. And for me, when I really understood the power of that, it changed the game from the viewer's perspective, because they really deemed watching a grounded, rooted villain as being psychotic. And I've been at the market before, and I have some old lady staring at me as I was, pinching the fruit, and she was like, "You're George Foyet," and I was like, "That's right." And she says, "You're crazy." I was like, "Am I? Really?" When you watch it, you'll see somebody pretty grounded. So it's really just seeing Ponyboy going around stabbing people 67 times, right? Which has a certain psychosis to it. It's scary, but that character has a full set of emotion, not just one side. He's not twisting that mustache and tying the woman up and throwing her on the train tracks. He's really feeling for everybody. He felt fear for himself, empathy for victims, and when you really apply that, it has a big effect. So that was something I learned from an actor named Rutger Hauer when I did a movie called The Hitcher when I was 17 years old. Anybody ever see The Hitcher?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. 3 people. So I'm really big here at Farber. Power to the people.
2 questions back here.
Power to the people. Yes, let's go.
Okay, our first student, Landon.
My bad.
What's up, Landon?
Hello. I'm Landon McInnes, in case you want to know my full name.
Hold on. They're going to write that down.
Because I just wanted to address who I am, because I'm a type of person at a young age where I want to get out there. Right now, all I do is make music, but I want to explore that tree of performative careers, like acting, doing concerts, all of that stuff. So the questions I have for you is just how I can go down that acting branch.
Okay, so first of all, you're on the right path. I have a lot of young people that ask me, what advice would you have for a young person that wants to be an actor? So I've just released my 2nd album. I'm a musician as well. And I'll tell you right now, being a musician and performing in front of other people will make you a much better actor. Pick up a guitar, learn an instrument, play it well, start performing for other people. So when you get the opportunity to do some acting, you've already performed before. You can't act if you don't know how to express yourself and connect with people. So you are on the right path, brother. Don't question what you're doing. Keep working hard. Keep playing your music, and you will get your opportunities, okay?
All right. So a lot of these peers know me, and they're great people. I love connecting with people. All I want to do is just reach out and see where everyone else is at in life and take those experiences from myself and others and turn it into something we can all share and bond over as one. So
that's called connection.
Yeah.
You want to connect with other people.
I love it.
And let me tell you something. These people want to connect with you too, whether they know it or not. No, it's true. And that's what being an artist is. You're an artist, brother. I can tell. So you have the power to pull the people together through connection. And it's all from the heart. It's all from love. If you come from a positive space through your work and you do the work for the sake of the work as opposed to doing the work for a specific outcome, if you're worried about being famous, or if you're worried about, being an influencer, or you're worried about being liked, you're not going to experience the power of the gifts that will come to you if you just do the work for the sake of the work. So I have a saying, right? 100% committed and 110% unattached. What does that mean? That means that I'm doing my work, whether it's an audition for a movie, I can't be worried if I'm going to get the part when I walk in. They're going to smell that and kick me right out. If I go in fully prepared, having done my work, and go in and be thankful for the performance that I'm able to give this producer that I'm working in front of in that moment, and walk out completely unattached to the outcome, it doesn't matter what happens then. There's no disappointment. If I'm going in solely to get the job, then I'm probably going to be disappointed when I leave there and I don't have the job. If I go in having prepared properly, performed properly, then I'm training my heart, my soul, my body for the next step. And it might take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years before we have the success that we have. But if you keep preparing properly and doing the work for the sake of the work, 100% focused, 100% committed, and 110% unattached, not worrying if you're liked, not worrying if you're going to be famous, you're going to be surprised at what happens, brother.
I'm very excited.
Thank you for your questions.
I didn't get to ask my question.
Oh, we're just starting here with this. This is the Landon show, folks. Yes.
All right. I have 2 questions,
Okay.
actually. For acting, the branch of acting. My first question is, how do you get auditions? How do you become an actor?
I'm going to pass that to Darren Dalton.
All right.
I mean, again, you just have to be prepared. I love what he said. I think you have to express yourself, whatever you're doing, because then when the opportunity does come for you to express yourself in the way that you might land a role or do something like that, I think that's amazing. Listen, find a production of something, a community production. Go out and prepare and do a role the best that you can on any level, because when the opportunity hits you to do something on a higher level, when the auditions for this, the interesting thing with the auditions for this, they were very different. The auditions, we auditioned all together, all of us in a big studio. It wasn't like you go in and we had our 5 minutes with a casting director or something like that. And we did that over a number of days. So we kind of got into a groove where we were just being creative. We were just expressing ourselves, right? And when it came towards the end of it, and I was kind of like, on my knees asking, could this continue? It wasn't about the fame and the fortune. It was about continuing with these people, the experience with these people, with this director, with all this, to be able to have that freedom. You have to get what I realized, because I was just expressing gratitude, which is a very powerful thing. What I realized is you create that for yourself, right? And I was ready to go back home and jump back into community theater or whatever it was, and luckily, I got the call. But I think that's what you need to do. Go find a way to express yourself. Play your music. There's one thing I will say is everybody can make movies now. I work with young filmmakers that are making movies. They're amazing. Everybody can make movies. Make your movie. Don't wait for somebody to give you permission to make your movie. You give yourself permission. Go make your movie and express yourself and be honest and let people see who you are. And that's a powerful thing. So I would just say, Landon, you get out there and do it. Just do it.
I just want to reiterate one thing that happened with Darren, right? So you understand what I'm talking about. By constantly performing, whether it's music, writing, reading, read books, hear those voices in your head, give those characters different voices in your head. Don't read a book to speed through the chapters so you can get done because you hate reading. That's a waste of time. Read that book as the artist that you truly are and hear those voices in your head. You don't need a movie screen. You don't need a script. That is your script. But I want to just set the example of what you were talking about. How do I get an agent? How do I get a job? Well, Darren told you the story already. He was at school when a couple kids who didn't have a license said, hey, could you drive me to this audition that I have? And he said, sure, I'll drive you. Had no intention of auditioning for it. Was standing outside the door waiting for his friends to drive them back home when the casting person poked her head out and said, are you an actor? He said, well, yeah, but I'm just driving my friends. She said, well, come on in. We'd like you to read something. And he was like, oh, okay. He looked at the script. He goes, oh, this is familiar. This is from The Outsiders. I read that book. Well, would you mind reading this scene? He reads the scene, and this SOB gets the damn job. Okay, so that's my point. You never know when you're going to get your opportunity for that. Be prepared, right? When the opportunity comes, when that higher power gives you that gift to experience what's coming your way because you put forth the work, not worrying about the outcome. That's when action takes place. When you're worried about being famous, when you're worried about being liked, when you're worried about wanting something apart from the journey, because that's what it's about. It's not about the destination. There are a lot of forks in the road, and if you've already picked the city that you want to land in, you're missing out. If you just get in and artistically drive that car and trust your process, you're going to end up in a much better place than you ever anticipated. Trust the process. Do you have another dang question, Landon?
I do.
Oh my God.
Just one more.
Okay.
I mean, you kind of explained it already, because I'm taking notes in my head about it. But my other question is, what do you think, in both of your guys' opinions, what do you think makes an actor a really good actor?
Individuality, right? Being the best you that you can be. Not trying to copy somebody else. Not trying to play something that you're not. Really finding yourself and expressing yourself. You see, if you express yourself versus trying to be something that you're not, then the people will relate to that. Wolverines!
Yeah.
Yes. So it's really important as a young person, because when I was 15, 16 years old, I was really struggling with trying to find who I was. And along with that comes depression and anxiety. And, for me, it really was about realizing that I was enough. My looks, my tool as an artist, my ability to connect with other people. And when you embrace yourself and share that part of yourself, and there's another saying, the more personal you can make your work, the more universal it becomes. So what that means is you can't imagine how many people can identify with what you're feeling, what you're thinking, the pain, the hurt, the love. Everybody feels that in their life. So express that. You said you like connecting with people. That's really what being an artist is all about. So trust your path, trust your process, love yourself, and express yourself, brother. Right.
Everybody give Landon a round of applause. Woo! Good job, buddy. One more question? One more? Uh-oh. Go. Yeah. Ask your question. I'll run it up.
Okay, thank you guys for coming, Mr. Howell, Mr. Dalton. Obviously, my favorite movie is...
We're back on. Sorry, brother.
My favorite movie with you is The Outsiders, of course, but going back to the villain thing, I think your role as Eobard Thawne in the Flashpoint Paradox.
Reverse Flash.
The Reverse Flash, right, was, I think, the best portrayal of the Reverse Flash. I'm a huge DC fan.
Thank you, man.
So I was wondering, how was your experience working on that DC film, and are we going to see your Reverse Flash anytime soon?
I've done a couple of Lego movies. I generally play the villain in those voiceover DC animated shows. I played Captain Cold. I played Thawne, Reverse Flash. For me, a lot of it is just voice quality. I've got sort of that kind of raspy, deeper voice. He called me scary voice. I don't agree. Give me a hug. Come on. The Flashpoint Paradox, to me, was one of the more... That was one of my favorite animated series. It's dark. It's more for, adult mind, right, if you would. But when they approached me to do it, I was so excited. And I'm surprised at the fan base that animated show really contains, because, you know, look at, here we are, and you're bringing up the Flashpoint Paradox. I've been in 260 productions, right? And that was one of my favorites as well. So I had a really great time. And, you know, I would be lying to you if I said that if they give that voice to somebody else, I'm going to be very damn upset. Yes. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you. Anybody else? We're going to wrap it up.
Last question. You know what? Scoot, come on over.
This has been awesome, by the way. Thank you all so much for listening, being a part of this.
Okay, so my name is Natalie, and my question is, what was your favorite moment on set of filming The Outsiders?
Ooh, my favorite moment on the set of filming The Outsiders was definitely spitting on Leif Garrett on the monkey bars.
Yes.
Okay, there was another one maybe. You know, I would have to say the friendships that we carved out have been lifetime friendships. You know, I've known this guy for 45 years now. We all stay in touch. I just spoke to Ralph the other day. I spoke to Rob Lowe the other day. I have not spoken to Lord Cruz in quite a while. But as a group, we all have come from the same place, right? So when other actors from The Outsiders do interviews and they talk about, whether it's a podcast or a television or a newspaper article, and they speak about their experience of The Outsiders, it's one of their favorite experiences, right? We all come from the same place. We're cut from the same cloth. So it makes me so proud to know that my brothers in arms out there remember over 40 years ago the experience that they had, and we all share it. And whenever our paths cross, it's all about hugs, right? We take care of each other. And you know, I'm still waiting for my role in Mission Impossible 22, but that will come. I think really, you know, the director, Francis Ford Coppola, made such an impact on all of us and set us all up for a beautiful career in Hollywood. I mean, the cast from The Outsiders went on to become the backbone of Hollywood for so many years. And to be a part of that is really, truly remarkable. And I'd say that's what I carry from that set the most.
Actually, last question. Sorry, she's dying to ask this.
Okay.
I was wondering, how did The Outsiders...
You look like Johnny Cade.
Yes, sir. Hey, I had to dress like a greaser today.
That's awesome.
Couldn't come like...
Yes.
Couldn't come like your average...
What's your name?
My name is Gia. Gia.
Gia.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was wondering what impact the Outsiders movie had on you, the brotherhood that was showed in that movie, and the love and connection that was showed. What impact did that have on your life?
Well, first of all, I mean, The Outsiders, both the book and the film, changed my life forever. Here I am, over 40 years later, and it's a part of American pop culture. It's a big part of so many people's lives. Like I said, it's required reading in 75% of the schools across America. So, I mean, apart from, okay, 90% of you that haven't seen the film, I rarely meet somebody that have not seen that movie. And like I said, there's a character for everybody in that piece, right? Somebody can relate. It doesn't matter what side of the tracks you're from. You could be a Soch fan, a Greaser fan. It doesn't matter. Dally, Ponyboy, Cherry Valance. There's somebody for everybody in that piece to relate to. And I think that was the brilliance of the writing behind it. But for me, it changed my life forever. The lessons that I learned on set from those brilliant actors and that director, I still draw from on my projects that I'm doing today. It's something I carry close to my heart, and it's something that I think about a lot. That poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay, that Robert Frost wrote, has a lot of meaning. It's a very small poem, simple poem, but it has a lot of depth. It's subjective. It means something different to anybody who hears it or recites it, but it has a lot of value to me. You know, it taught me to stop and smell the roses. You know, these greasers that grease their hair, that smoke their cigarettes, that walk around with switchblades in their back pocket, that like to rumble, will stop and recognize a sunset, will recite a poem, read a book, watch a movie. The artistry within the character of Ponyboy and his appreciation for art is something that I think everybody relates to when they watch that movie. So you see these tough kids with very sensitive sides to them who aren't afraid to express both of those qualities. And I think we're in a society today where a lot of people think that being sensitive is a sign of weakness, and it's not. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign of intelligence, right? Empathy, sympathy, love is a really powerful emotion, far more powerful than denying that part of our lives. So that's what the impact of that film had for me personally. Yeah. Gia, thank you so much.
All right, Firebirds. We're gonna
What an incredible morning. Thank you all so very much. On behalf of my partner, Darren, we love you all. Keep reading, right? Live your best lives. Go out there and tackle life, okay? Don't be afraid, man. You're loved. God bless.
Woo! Give them a round of applause. Let's send our guests off with this little special chant. Okay, I'm gonna say let's, and you're gonna say do it for Johnny. Okay? One time, loud and proud. Show your appreciation. Let's. Woo! Thank you, everybody. Thank you.